Hey everybody, 8-Bit Josh here, and welcome back to Aurora Zoo. And today we're working on a southern cassowary habitat, and we're actually finishing what was started on stream, which is kind of becoming a thing with these builds and the videos where we kind of start something on stream and don't finish it, and then I end up finishing it for you guys here on YouTube. Which, by the way, if you aren't following me over on my Twitch channel, I stream Planet Zoo 2 to 3 times a week. I play every Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday, and we would love to have you stop by. It's a lot of fun. It's just really chill environment. Everyone's super laid back, and yeah, we just have a lot of fun just kind of hanging out. And but anyway, so yeah, we started this maybe a month ago actually, but it got put on hold because the aquatic pack came out. So as you guys know, we did habitats for all of the new aquatic animals, but it was time to finish this habitat. It was just sitting there unfinished, and so doing the inside, as we tend to do in a lot of the habitats, just because this is an Arctic zoo and we don't really have anything outside for the guests. Everything is indoors, so I try to incorporate shops and toilet blocks inside the habitats if it's possible, just with however we decide to set it up. But yeah, so I put a toilet block in here, and then I think that's it's a Monsieur Fritz. I totally butchered that, but yeah, I don't think we had one of those in the zoo yet, so I was like, you know what, let's go for something really different. But one of the things, again, I love about this habitat is using these new faux rocks from the aquatic pack. They're so good, and they're so flexible. You can use them for anything just about, and because they are also flexi color, I tried to color them as close as possible to the, if you guys know, in the Australia pack, you get these really nice red rocks that come with that pack, and I tried to match the color as best I could. I didn't get it exactly, but I honestly think it came out really good. I love the way those rocks look. I like the kind of orangish color to them. But since this is the southern cassowary, I wanted to go pretty heavy with the Australia theme within the habitat. So pretty much using, with the exception of the faux rocks, using pretty much only Australian pack pieces, just because, like I said, I really wanted to make use of it. Also, we haven't really used the Australia pack much in the zoo. I mean, we have the boomerang, which you guys know, but that's the only thing we've done with the Australia pack. So it was, I think it was fitting to really showcase it again, at least in another part of the zoo. So that's what we have here, and it's always just fun coming up with different ways to make the little railings and the little viewing areas. We also have the monorail goes through it, so I wanted to make sure that we have a nice little kind of arch around the track. I also, you can see we use the faux rocks and then a lot of the wooden beams from the Australia pack as sort of the supports for the track inside the habitat. And yeah, I think it all came together really well. And another thing that I really like about using the Australia pack stuff is especially using a lot of the foliage, because like I said, we only have the one habitat. Well, yeah, it's one habitat. It's a mixed habitat, but it's still one habitat in the zoo, so we haven't gotten to use those. And you know how much I love the foliage, and rocks are my 2 favorite things. So anytime I really get to flex my creativity using those kinds of pieces, it always makes me happy, especially like I said, was something that we haven't really been used too much in the zoo. And then just creating, like, I used these rocks pretty much all around. I wanted the space to feel kind of big and open. I didn't want it to feel too like enclosed, even though it's obviously an indoor habitat, but I think it all turned out really, really well. And you'll see once we get into like the real-time gameplays, we kind of get like a lot closer to everything. I think you'll really like it. Also, it does have a roof. The building is completed. The details around the outside of the building are also completed. So it came together really, really well, and hopefully you guys will dig it. But yeah, so that pretty much does it for the time lapse. So let's go ahead and jump into the real-time gameplay. Okay, and here we are, and here's the completed southern cassowary habitat. And like I said, super happy with the way it turned out. I really like making this like rock structure with the faux rocks as the support for the monorail track. I think it's really cool. But they have like a nice little area back here and some water. You can see these guys. They're so cool looking. They're like living dinosaurs almost. They're so cool. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, you can see we are using the Australia Pack piece. Oh, there goes a monorail. We're using the Australia Pack pieces quite a bit. And I also did something that I don't really do a whole lot of, and I actually illuminated the habitat itself. You know, we always do like lights like this that illuminate the whole building, but I usually leave the habitat itself unlit. So I don't know, there wasn't really any specific reason other than I just felt like the habitat needed it. So you can see it at nighttime. It looks really, really good. We have all the area lights up here, and then the Australia lights here, and it all came together really nice. But there we are. There's the Monsieur Frites, decorated a little bit with like the southern cassowary pictures there. Got a couple there, and the fancy Australia sign there. I also did something else. If you watched the last episode with the festive gift shop, I put music speakers in there, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to put speakers in here. So we've got two speakers, one right there, and and then one over here, just playing some music from the Australia Pack. But what I really like about this habitat and pretty much all the other habitats we're doing is they're all very, I don't know how to say it, but it's like, you know, they're concrete buildings. There's nothing fancy about the buildings, but the detailing on the inside and kind of, you know, down here at the guest level, everything just looks really nicely detailed. Also, again, having the windows in the back there, so you can see like the snowy covered trees and mountains. It also helps just kind of make it feel more open. I actually originally didn't have the windows there, and after I built it and I was looking at it from like this point of view, I was like, man, it felt a little claustrophobic. So putting those windows there really helped a lot, I feel like. But yeah, just really happy with this. We have like a nice little place over here. They can come sleep if they want to. We also have this, which is directly under the path there. This is also where the barrier gate is, but I use the plaster on the floor here just to kind of make it feel more like maybe this is like an area where they care for the animals and they have to clean it really easily. So having like a concrete floor just helps the staff clean it a little bit better. Although now realizing that we probably should have some lights down here. It's a little dark, but otherwise, it's pretty good. And we'll jump back in the daytime so we can just one last look at the interior here. And man, just loving the faux rocks. I love the willow tree there, weeping willow tree. The cool thing is being able to use some of these new plants, like this. I believe this is called a lipstick palm tree. So that and the weeping willow are new. So finally, excited to be able to use those. I like the little water area with the lilies and the faux rock pieces. Like I said, it all came together really, really good. So let's go ahead and pop outside, because I did say the exterior is fully detailed as well. Did finish that. So here is the exterior, and so just so you know where we are, here's the king penguin habitat, the cheetahs, here's the first monorail station, and I'm noticing the snow right here is more melted than it's supposed to be. Hold on, let's take a look at that. That's really strange. At 3 degrees, it should look more like... Actually, the whole zoo looks like that. I wonder why that is. It should leave like a thin layer of snow across. Hold on, let's turn on the snow. Speed it up. Well, that's really interesting. Oh, there we go. It just came back to normal. All right, well, there it is. So I don't know what that was about, but there, now you can see that's how it's supposed to look. If you've ever missed any of the previous episodes, if you don't know, if you take these heaters, you set them to 3 degrees Celsius, it melts the snow but leaves this little layer of thin layer of snow, and I think it really just helps with the overall effect of making this look like an actual working zoo. Because when you clear off snow, you can never get it 100% off. It's so hard to get all of the snow, so you always get this little extra bit here. So that's why I do that, if you're ever wondering. We also made this Southern Cassowary sign, which I really like. I was debating about whether I wanted to make a sign on the building itself, because we do that quite a bit. But I was thinking, you know what? We actually don't do these little signs like this that are kind of a separate structure in front of the building. We've done it in a couple places, and it just seemed like a good spot to do that. Listen to people with their lion hats. But yeah, I thought I really like this sign. I also put it over here as well, so anybody who might be walking this way, they'll see it in case they don't already know that that's the Southern Cassowary habitat. This is also the other entrance / exit. So here's the interior. There's the exterior. I really like the stairs too. I put some trees back here to... I don't know if I'm going to keep it that way. I just wanted to see what it would look like, but I thought it would just made it feel more kind of enclosed and a little bit more scenic with all the trees back there. I really also, it may sound weird, but I really like the way the outside of the building looks, even though it's just a big concrete structure. I really like the wood at the top here, and I like the beams going down. For some reason, I just really like the way that looks. I don't know. Now, one thing I noticed, I didn't put glass here. I like to make fake doors, So, because this is an Arctic zoo, we wouldn't want the cold air to just be rushing through here. It would be so cold. So I like to make fake glass doors, kind of like we did over here. Obviously they don't open, but you would imagine that they would open, right? Yeah, I think so. So I need to do that. And then let's look at the outside at nighttime. So there you go. I think it looks really good. I also put some lights on the building itself. I wanted it to be like backlit a little bit, so it just kind of helps it stick out a little bit. Also, can we just talk about how awesome the Aurora Borealis is in this game? And it's fitting because this is Aurora Zoo after all. Yeah, I think it looks really good. I'm super happy with it. You know, from all sides, it just looks so good. Oh, got some weird glitching going on with the snow there. That's a little concerning. It also looks good from like, so if you're like traveling into the zoo, you know, you're coming in this direction, you look over, you can see this building and you're like, oh, what's over there? We could maybe do a sign here. I don't know what you guys think. Just to be like, hey, you see this building here? In case you want to know what's inside of it, it's the Southern Cassowary, so make sure you check them out. Alright, well there you go guys. There's the Southern Cassowary habitat. I hope you guys like this episode. Jumping back into an animal habitat after the last episode, which was the festive gift shop, which definitely recommend watching that video because I really love the festive gift shop. One of my favorite builds. I also want to thank all of you who have tuned in and watched and subbed to the channel over this past year. It's been absolutely incredible. I can't thank you guys enough for the support. Looking forward to 2021 and growing our community even bigger with all of you guys. So, as always, be sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. I am 8-Bit Josh, and thanks for watching. See ya.